XRP holders, it's happening today. Welcome back to Crypto Labs News, your trusted source for crypto and macro updates. Let's dive into what could be a pivotal day, not just for XRP, but for the entire financial system. At the time of recording, XRP is sitting at $0.311, down about 0.28% on the day. The crypto market is in a clear holding pattern, the calm before a potential storm, with several key events unfolding that could trigger major movement. First, we have the US GDP numbers for Q2 dropping at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. This is huge. If GDP shows contraction, that sends recession warnings, regardless of how strong the messaging is from political leaders. The data doesn't lie. Then we get the non-farm payroll numbers. Why does this matter? Because a strong job market makes it harder for the Fed to justify interest rate cuts. And if they're serious about cutting, but people keep getting hired and spending, that could stoke inflation all over again. This job data is one of the reasons the Fed has been on pause, while central banks around the world are already loosening. Also today, we're expecting a report from the White House on crypto. Will XRP be mentioned? Will it show up in strategic reserve discussions? We don't know yet, but even the potential of XRP playing a key role in modern payment infrastructure is enough to make waves. There's also a rate decision from the Bank of Canada, but let's be real, all eyes are on the Federal. Their decision drops at 2 p.m. Eastern, followed by Powell's press conference. It's the most anticipated macro event this week. If the Fed holds, markets might stay flat. If they cut, risk assets like crypto could ignite. XRP has pulled back recently, and there are a couple of clear reasons. First, some profit taking. It just rallied 91% in 26 days. So a breather is normal. Second, the usual pre-FOMC fear. Leverage builds, the uncertainty spikes, and we get fast drops. It happens every time. Bitcoin is holding strong, consolidating in a bullish pattern. Ethereum is showing strength too. That's a good sign. XRP, while correcting, is now at the bottom of the stochastic RSI. We couldn't stay high forever, and now we can't stay low for long either. The setup is there for another move. That said, nothing is guaranteed. The market doesn't move just because of news. Most of the time, the biggest rallies happen after a technical breakout. The last big move XRP had, it was triggered by a 1348 EMA crossover, not just headlines. That move also dragged up XLM, HBAR, and YLGO. When those assets move in tandem, you're often seeing institutional algo-driven buying, and a lot of it. Right now, the market feels stuck. There's very little momentum. AI-powered trading. Bots are pushing prices slightly up and down, hunting for liquidity. In this environment, sometimes the smartest move is to sit back and wait. No need to force anything. Meanwhile, the SEC just opened the door for Ethereum staking ETFs. They acknowledged Nasdaq's filing for BlackRock's ETH ETF to include staking. That could be a game changer. Last night, they also gave the green light to in-kind redemptions for ETH and BTC ETFs, a technical but important step that could lay the groundwork for future XRP ETFs as well. While prices may not always reflect it immediately, progress is being made. Ethereum has seen 18 straight days of positive inflows. That kind of activity can shift sentiment fast. Ethereum ETFs were once considered a failure. Now everyone's watching. XRP could follow the same trajectory, and when it does, the breakout could be massive. Let me know what you think in the comments. If XRP enabled instant paychecks by the day, hour, or even second, would that be good for people? Would folks save more? Or would it just fuel more spending? It's a real question. Many people get paid monthly or bi-weekly. Would daily payments make budgeting harder or easier? I'm curious what you all think. Drop your thoughts below. And a quick reminder, I will never reach out asking you to sign up for anything or send me money. Those are scammers. Stay sharp out there. One last thing. Jim Cramer just made waves saying Bitcoin could be a hedge against the US budget deficit. He even told a story about a guy who bought Bitcoin with his paychecks years ago and no longer has to work, while his father still does. Crazy times. Whether or not you agree with Jim, the fact that mainstream voices are flipping pro-crypto is another major shift in the narrative. We're in an early phase of what could be a much bigger move. Whether you believe in the 4-year cycle or not, historically, the real hype kicks in about 500 days post-halving. That's coming up soon, September and October could be explosive, and sometimes just believing it's going to happen is enough to make it happen. As always, this is not financial advice. Always do your own research before investing. If you got value from this video, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment. 8 for infinity and beyond. Thanks for tuning in to Crypto Labs News. And like I always say, let's make a lot of money.